Hey guys, George here from RawGamePlay.com, taking a look at Sonic Generations. The years haven't been good to Sonic, and going into 3D has not been an easy transition for him either. Sonic has fought werewolves, raced karts, beaten aliens, pretty much done everything except what made Sonic good, and that's running really fast in really creative levels. So what Sega was able to do with Sonic Generations is design a platformer rooted in nostalgia to keep old players like me happy, and have enough new features to pull in new players and kind of give them a new appreciation for Sonic, since the only thing they remember Sonic from would be him turning into a werewolf or being stuck in these really awful 3D worlds. So it's good to see that Sega went back to the drawing board and pretty much showed some appreciation for the character that made them famous. The deal in Sonic Generations is now we have two Sonics. We have Classic Sonic and we have New Sonic. Classic Sonic pretty much covers Sonic from Sonic 1, 2, 3, and New Sonic is basically all the Sonics that came after, so the introduction of Knuckles, all the kind of minor story characters, and everyone who has a voice is going to be the New Sonic. This new mysterious bad guy comes in and starts kidnapping characters from both Sonic universes, so it's up to both Sonics to come together and save their friends and the universe. One thing you really like about the story for Sonic Generations is they really kept true to the Generations part of the title. Classic Sonic doesn't talk. He communicates by only giving these really goofy facial expressions, or by just simply being a man of action. Anything happens, he's usually the first one to start running headfirst into something. While New Sonic is more for the current generation of Sonic fans. So this is going to be Sonic with a voice, he has a big supporting cast, and he has, he's more of this goofy clown. But it's good to see this contrast between these two characters, and even the contrast in the gameplay. The way the gameplay works in Sonic Generations is that you kind of have this open world that's sectioned off with a number of levels in each section. So you'll be able to switch between Classic Sonic and New Sonic on the fly, and both try to take on each of these levels. When you play as Classic Sonic, it's the typical old school Sonic where it's a 2D side-scroller, basically getting from point A to point B, navigating platforms and all that fun stuff. New Sonic is more of the 3D with some side-scrolling elements thrown in. So you're going to be running, it's going to be almost like a tube shooter, where you're going to be on rails trying to navigate through different paths, and then it'll open up and be more of a traditional platformer. It's pretty interesting when you actually start playing and seeing the differences in gameplay, because you do get that really big sense of speed, which I always thought was missing from the current generation Sonic games. And just the design of the levels themselves offer enough variety and challenge where even when you have to go back in some of the challenge levels, it'll have you replaying some of the same sections again in certain levels, but they'll change enough of the elements there to keep it fresh. So what they'll do is maybe put the level at night, or make you do it backwards, or put more enemies here, or just randomly put up obstacles there, where now you just can't go by memory anymore. You kind of have to sit there and figure it out as if it was a brand new stage that you've never seen before, which was actually something I really liked, and it kept playing certain levels over and over again pretty fresh and fun, considering you can do it from two different perspectives, from side-scrolling Sonic to full 3D Sonic. Sonic Generations is a complete fan service. From the moment you step onto Green Hill Zone and start hearing the music in the background, you start feeling as if you're 9 again, playing Sonic for the first time. And even if you're like a current Sonic fan and you start playing this, you kind of see what Sonic used to be like, and like I said earlier, you just end up having almost an appreciation for Sonic all over again. And Sonic's always been one of those characters that's been so iconic with video games, like, similar to Mario or Donkey Kong, and it seems that their games always gotten progressively better while Sonic has gotten worse. And Sonic Generations is finally a step in the right direction, and being a longtime video gamer and being a super nostalgic video gamer, when I see something like this happen, it breaks my heart. So when Sonic Generation comes around and doesn't reinvent the character, but reminds you, hey, this character you used to love is still pretty cool. So there you go, platformer fans, you're going to love this game. Everyone else who just wants to play a fun game and kind of have good old memories, pick up Sonic Generations. So this was George from RawGamePlay.com. Make sure you follow us on Twitter @RawGamePlay, and also follow me at JorgeX. Also keep an eye on the website for any news, reviews, podcasts, all that fun stuff. Till next time guys, take care.